The top of the card, the LA Kings taking on the Washington Capitals, 1-2 on the betting rotation. Washington about a -130 home favorite in this game. The total sitting 5.5, shaded to the under, about -130 to -135 in that range. And really for the Washington Capitals, it's been a nice little run for this hockey team. They've played some better hockey. There's no question about that. As of late, a 4-2 win on Saturday against Toronto, and they really controlled that hockey game. And really for the Washington Capitals, Barry Trotz making the move to put Alex Ovechkin and Nick Backstrom together on their top line. And boy, 5 goals in 3 games for Ovechkin since that line change was made by Barry Trotz, and it seems to be working. I mean, load up Backstrom and Ovechkin on the top line and give this Washington Capitals a little bit more of a potent attack has worked for them the last few games, no question about that. So definitely Washington Capitals trending in the upward direction. I know the LA Kings treated a lot of our ice guys well the other night. A lot of us were on the LA Kings in some form as they opened up this road trip with an impressive victory against the Detroit Red Wings, 4-1. Win for the Kings to start off this road trip. I get the feeling it's going to be a little bit more tougher, a little bit more difficult here for the LA Kings tonight, taking on a better Washington team and a Capitals team that's in very good form right now, playing some better hockey. So interesting game. I actually lean a little bit to Washington here as the home favorite in this game. I know LA got a nice win on the road the other night. That was against Detroit, though. I want to see if they can get the job done away from Staples Center against a little bit of a better team, one I trust a little bit more. So I think as long as this price remains where it is right now, we're talking in the -130 range here with Washington. The way they're playing right now, that's not a bad price whatsoever to want to endorse the Capitals here in this hockey game. We've got Dana Lane involved in the Washington-LA game as well as Andrew McInnes. When he gets with us, he'll be able to talk about this game. But Dana involved with Washington and LA tonight. Dana, good morning. How are you? What do you think about this game?
Well, I'll answer for Andrew. We both like Washington in this game, and I'll put a W in his or a check mark in his win column. The one thing about this, Ian, is that you never really know, especially with Washington, who I have not jumped off their bandwagon. These guys all season long, I'm telling you, if I'm the Capitals, and especially Ovechkin, some of the veterans that they had all summer long, all they heard about was their demise. Well, that might have been true for a little bit, but there's just too much talent on this team. And I know there's some personality conflicts, and I get that. Some people suggest they're even better without Ovechkin, which I think is ridiculous. But once they put it all together, I mean, who wants to really play this team? I mean, in the postseason, I wouldn't for sure. I don't know also how to treat teams that have coming off of a pretty lengthy rest as the Capitals are. I mean, historically, the Capitals have not been good when they've had more than 3 days rest. But on the flip side of that, the Kings have dropped 6 of their last 7 when they've only had 1 day's rest. So the rest factor here, I kind of throw it out the window because I really just don't know how to react to it. I do see now that we do see minus $1.25 at Pinnacle. There is $1.30s. But there is some 25s out there, which I think is a fair number. And, the one thing about the Kings, Ian, is I've seen them live a couple times this year. And I leave always wondering, do they have that next level of compete? Are they able to reach down and go to that next level against the better teams? If you look at, yes, they've beaten Anaheim twice. I mean, that's not exactly, I mean, that's a team right next door. I want to know when they go on the road against the quality teams of this league, how do they do? Well, we've seen how they've done. They've lost to Vegas. They lost to Winnipeg. They lost to Boston, if you still call Boston a top team. They lost to San Jose. They lost to Tampa Bay. And this is all recent examples of when they step up in competition, which I think they're doing tonight. Washington has had a fantastic November. If they win tonight, they'll actually tie a franchise record for the most wins in the month of November. They'll be 10-4. They'll be 8-1 at home with a win. That's pretty good. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Capitals right now. And let's not forget, defensively, they've allowed only 10 goals in their last 5 games. So I'm going to ride Washington and Holtby tonight because I'm starting to believe in these guys a little bit more, and especially against LA. So we're going to go with Washington minus $1.25 over LA.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good play. I mean, I think Washington undervalued here in this game. And you're right, LA Kings against a superior foe. Sometimes they got question marks. Although I will say this, LA's had a little bit of a development going on with their blue line. I mean, there's been some guys that have shown up and played pretty good, actually. Pretty solid for them. We'll see how if they can withstand that against better competition tonight here in the Capitals. But the Fantenbergs, the Forborts, Folan, guys like that, that are depth defensemen on this Kings team, they've played pretty well. For this hockey team, we know Doughty's the big, the leader of that blue line. Muzzin, Martinez, those are the veterans of that LA Kings blue line. But those three guys in particular stepped up, played pretty solid. So we give the Kings credit for that. But again, they're going to have to be that solid defensive team, because again, that top line for the Kings has been really good. Kopitar's had a strong bounce back season, and someone talking about in the on Twitter, actually mentioning that I think he's taken some sort of prop for both Kopitar and Ovechkin to score a goal, both of them to score a goal in this hockey game tonight. It's not a bad prop because Kopitar's had a great season. He scored the other night. Ovechkin's been on fire these last 3 games since he's been paired with Backstrom on that top line. That's got a shot, I think, for that guy on Twitter that asked me about that. So not a bad little prop to look at. But Washington Capitals, I certainly liked that side, and Dana does as well tonight, about -125 to -130 in that game.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.